Hello.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I'm the only one, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we wait, or?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm just curious, are you new to the school, at school? To the,
Yes.
is it your first semester? Yeah. How do you like it so far?
Um, it was a little adventurous for me because kind of new climate and new language, new food and all that, but I'm trying to get adjusted and everything
Okay.
seems normal to me.
Okay, great. And we are actually planning to move to Japan this semester, but we haven't been able to yet.
Okay.
During as a cause of the situation. You're
Mm-hmm.
familiar
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
Everywhere.
stuck. We're actually stuck.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So that's our situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not too happy, but we have to just deal with it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the mother of Emmet, and here
Yes.
is two mothers. Since it's me and it's Petra.
Okay,
And
okay.
Emmet also has a little sister in PYP1A. So
Okay.
Petra is in the other meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Emma. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can hear you. Do you want to come say hello? No? Okay. It's only me. Hi.
How was your day today? Hello. Good. You enjoyed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed all the fun these days, right?
Mhm.
You try to stay healthy, baby. Okay? So keep coming to school. You shouldn't miss your class and friends, right? You had a lot of fun today. Oh, good. Okay, go fresh up and have your time now.
It's good to be back.
It's been 2 minutes already, just waiting for the people, but nobody seems to show up here. Am I audible to you, miss?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Maybe, okay, let's start the presentation
Okay.
then. I'm going to share my screen with you now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, a very good evening and welcome for the ISA parent meeting, parent evening night meeting, of course. It's my first year over here in Sweden and it's my first year in ISA. Myself, I'm called as Vani Raj with my husband name Raj. I was working in Bangkok, Thailand, and I just moved here last month and it's going to be my 15th year in PYP. I just started my career once I just got finished with my schooling to support my parents. So teaching is something like was not my passion before, but uh, it became something like a very good habit for me to be a teacher, and that's what made me to be more passionate in teaching. So I love teaching. I love learning. I learn with the kids when they are in the class. I've been working in I have been working in many of their IB schools internationally, but still, I would like to continue as a homeroom teacher because that's where I feel like I grow more. Because that's where I get the fresh ideas, and every year it's not the same. Something like makes me like full and makes me more confident and open-minded person. So it's my first year here in ISA. I was being a homeroom teacher for grade fives and grade six. In my previous schools, I have been worked as an administrator. I have been worked as a PYP coordinator, but being a homeroom teacher is my best part of my career, I feel. So as you can see here, he's Mr. Kevin, and Kevin is it's his fifth year in ISA. He is a class support and he's an EL teacher. He's from Canada, and like he'll be helping the kids who have some who have something like who have some sort of difficulties in getting the things to understand and all that. And he will be in class support for the kids. He like traveling. He liked different cultures. He's with his family, is with his kids over here, and he's looking forward for the great learning year ahead in this ISA. You can see here like success with the PYP. As a person, I started growing up with PYP as soon as I finished my schooling. I just stepped into the teaching field. Of course, PYP was something new, but when I just started looking into the PYP and started my career with PYP, um, I even feel till today that PYP, oh, I miss all the learning in PYP. PYP is something kind of like which helps a person to grow, to be more open minded, to be more reflective. Um, it helps a person to be more independent in choosing and make more choices. So, in PYP, even as we have differentiation in PYP, it doesn't belong like, okay, like if there are any sort of difficulties or if there are any sort of gaps in our learning areas, still PYP supports 100% for each and every child. So I feel like PYP has a very good gap filling journey, and it is a sort of like which will help not only the teachers, even of course the kids, to check with the learning girls with aligning with the parents expectations and taking it forward to have a greater career in the future. As you can see here in this slide, it's all about concepts and knowledge and skills. So like as we have as we have like 7 key concepts. Usually, we used to have 8 key concepts as we have enhanced, like the PYP, IB PYP has become an enhanced PYP. Now, literally, we got only 7 because it was reflective. It was reflective before, which was actually over there, but now reflective has been removed and it has been embedded into the key concepts and as well as the learner profile. So the key concepts will help the learners to look into the understanding about the real life incidents, real life concepts, and they will they will get to know what is actually a nature and why it is related to our day-to-day life. So that's how they make a connection with the concepts, and it helps the kids to enhance the knowledge and even skills. They even master their skills by knowing about different things which are around them, and that will help them to become lifelong learners. Um, Connecting with the key concepts, connecting with the knowledge, connecting with the learner profile, connecting with the day-to-day attributes and all that, for sure, they will become lifelong learners and they will become more responsible citizens of any country they are in, and they will become more responsible global citizens, and they will be taking much more greater actions than we as adults can do it. So that's what PYP enhances more on action taking part 2. Here you can see like the 6 transdisciplinary themes, which talks about different areas. Like if we consider about who we are, it's all about again the values, the beliefs, personal, physical, mental, social, and spiritual health of our family. So it's mostly connected to our day-to-day lives. It's which is in each and every person's family. So where we are in place and time. This theme particularly talk about how was earlier, like how was ancient lifestyle and how is currently now, what made the people to make some inventions, discoveries, what made people to move from places to places, and how it is related to our day to day life, and why it is important for us to know things that are connected to the ancient, previous, present, and which is going to be even the future. And regarding how we express, Miss, I'm sorry, am I going too fast?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because I'm just looking at this slide and just I'm talking from my mind. I don't have anything written, so
Okay. Good.
okay. So it's how we express ourselves. It's all about expressing a person's feelings, emotions, thoughts, ideas about what he or she have in the mind. It's all about exploring about the nature. It's all about exploring about their family, the cultures, the religion, the traditions. So how relationships are built up, and how do people express, so and what are the different thoughts and means of expression of a person's feelings and emotions. And this will help the learners to be more organized with this theme called as how we organize ourselves. So how we organize ourselves as we adults, of course, we are much more aware like how to organize our planning, how to organize our day-to-day work. But when the kids inquire into how we organize ourselves, they will get to know like the different systems that are existing in the world, how different systems help them, support them, guide them, and can make them to be lifelong learners in organizing different things. When we just compare a school system, like how a school system has been evolved from past to present, and how the school systems continues, and how the school system can build up the self management and social skills for each and every person. So looking into how we organize ourselves, the kids can be more organized in each and every way, the works they do, their day-to-day activities, and even they can be more organized in their thinking skills too. And looking into how the world works, this is like, of course, it's more of related with the science part. Even though it is more of related with the science part, of course, again it is again related to the social too, because the world works differently in each and every part. Like in like for example, in Sweden currently we are not using mask, or like people, of course we are maintaining the social distance, whereas the other part of the world is working a little differently. Like, of course, there are still lockdowns, there are still curfews, and then still the people are not allowed to go out, and still the people are using the mask, of course, to protect themselves, and of course to protect their family members, of course, to so that they don't spread the virus, of course they don't spread the disease to each and to any person. So how the world is working, how the world works usually, how the world is working currently, how the world used to work previously. So there is a relationship between each and every action that we do in our day-to-day life. So it's more about how we do, what we do, and why we do, and when we do, and where we do. So, coming to sharing the planet, like looking at the title, Sharing the Planet, of course, it talks mostly about like sharing just not only the thing, sharing not only with our family members, but sharing with each and every person. How do we share? Not only the things that we have, but how we share a knowledge, how we share the responsibilities, how do we share, and how can we be a more responsible person, how can we even have the equalities, like people have some problems, people have some conflicts, and how can we come up with resolutions when there is a sort of problem. Like currently we have the other part of the world, there are few like I have to say, like there are few situations in some of the countries where people are literally struggling. They are not able to have a peaceful life, just like we, the people who are in Sweden. We can see, like we are able to hear and watch in the daily news how the people are undergoing a certain kind of bondages over there because of some people coming and taking up over them and literally making them to be in-house and literally making them to be like a bond servants and all that. So this is how the kids will be able to understand and make a very good connection when they look into the sharing the planet, what can how they can bring a change into this world by taking certain sort of actions when they research and when they inquire into this theme called as sharing the planet. This is a program of inquiry. Program of inquiry, in short, it is also called as POI. Program of inquiry is something like the standardized plan. The school with all the homeroom teachers, they sit and they look into all these 6 themes. So according to the age relevant, we literally break down into smaller portions, and we will check like according to the age appropriate and according to the levels of the kids. We will check back with their previous teachers and all that. We plan, this is something like a year plan for the year, for the year of, like for example, for grade 4, what they're going to learn from the month of August till the month of May or June or July, whatever it may be. So till for throughout the year, what is their learning can be seen in this program of inquiry, which is also called so-called as year plan in terms for teachers and for the school management. So this is called as program of inquiry. You can see, look clear. Is that really clearly visible, Mr. You? I'm sorry.
I can see it, but it's very small, so I have my phone. So
Okay, right. So this is a kind of like a information that we send to the parents, like, okay, you will get to know like what are they doing currently, what can be the next, and what are the things we are looking into for this unit of inquiry. So you will get to know all those things when you look at this program of inquiry. So it's kind of like a year plan for grade 4 level.
Okay.
So here it's called as something called as assessment and reporting. Okay, just checking this assessment and reporting. Literally, it's not exactly reporting. It's not exactly assessment. It's just checking where am I, where was I when I joined the school, where am I now, and where I'm going further when I will be moving to my grade 5 level. So this is something a child, he himself can understand and can make a checkpoint like, oh, I was like that. Now I can see some changes in my behavior. Now I can see there is a lot of reflection in me. Now I can see there is a lot of improvement in my academics. Now I can see a lot of improvement in overall in most of the areas like in development of social skills or thinking skills, in development of my communication skills, or in development of understanding the concepts, or in development of questioning a person, or in development of listening to a person. So this assessment and reporting will help mostly a child, a learner, to reflect himself and check back and look back into the goals they have set up according to their ideas and thoughts in the initial stage of the year. Like in the month of August, this is the month of August, and in the first week of the school, the kids came up with certain ideas and thoughts about what what are their goals they would like to achieve for this term of term 1 till the winter break. So they all came up with certain ideas. So that will help them. So this assessment and report will help them to check themselves like, oh, I was really not really that good in this. So now I have seen myself a little improvement in my this particular area. So they can check and look back, and like whenever they check back and look back, they will have of course an idea like, okay, so this is my standard. I think I need to reach this benchmark for sure, because now I'm in grade 4, like next year I'm going to be the grade 5, so I need to master this something. So that these are some sort of like kind of rubrics and checklists and reflections, observations. These are all kind of things that will help them to project themselves and to show to their parents, and not only to the parents, even to their friends and all that, to show that, okay, there is an improvement, there is a growth in my behavior, academics, and overall. So assessment and reporting is kind of all sort of this, whatever I said now.
Okay.
Okay, communication. Coming to communication, of course, I have seen like some of the parents are giving their concerns, messages regarding the kids' health and all that in the toddle. So please kindly check, look into that regarding the newsletters that we post, regarding the updates, regarding the class, whatever they are doing in the class. As I'm new over here, I just started with my, it's my first month over here. I'm getting to know many of the things. And of course, as a new teacher, new person over here, it takes little time for me to get adjusted with this. But I'm okay for at this moment. I'm trying to get and I'm trying to stretch myself. So soon you're going to see all the action part that is going on in the classroom, in the toddle with all the evidences of your kids. So here is something called as GDPR. Of course, you all aware of this. So it's something kind of sensitive information. So if you have something like very personal to talk about your child, make sure that you don't specify the child name, but the first letter of the child, and you can just give us an email or you can specify it in the toddle too, so that we will get to know and we will revert to you as soon as we just check into that.
Yeah.
uh, Anything which is related to their personal or their health or anything that you would like to address to the teacher, if you feel like okay, my child need little more extra attention in their academic area or maybe behavior or maybe in their social skills or maybe in some sort of area, whatever the area you have in your mind for your child, you can just put down something put down your concern in the toddle or as an email to the teacher so that we will get to know, so that the communication is clear from the parent and the communication will be received by us more clearly. And we, if we have any sort of questions or if we are not clear with any part, we will quickly check and we will be giving you the response for it so that we get a clear information about it.
Yeah.
So regarding the absence and attendance, of course, some parents are giving it in advance, like the child won't be coming tomorrow or the child is sick today and all sort of things. Like, of course, I thank all the parents for being so reflective and so responsible. This is kind of like, as you look over here in the slide, like we need to give the attendance as teachers. We are supposed to be giving the attendance for the kids in our class by 8:15. We need to check with each and every child, and we even check for the messages that are given by the parents either in total or in the form of emails. So please make sure that if there is anything that you feel like your child is not able to attend the school, whatever it may be the reason, just give us a quick information before 8:15, because on exactly around 8:15 we will try to check and we will give the attendance in our system. And as you know, of course, like your child attendance is recorded at the beginning of the day, and moreover, the classes begin at 8:15 and end at 4:15. If you feel like if you have a doctor appointment or if you have some sort of issue or anything, it may be related. Like you need to pick your child early today if you have some emergency work or important work. So just please try to give a quick message in the toddle or as an email so that we can look into that and help you in that so that you are not late in picking your child.
Okay. A question, please.
Yes.
Do we need to report when the kid is healthy again and going back to school? Do we need to report that, or is it all right for him to just show up, as Emmett did now when he was back to school today? What do we do then? Does he just show up at school, or?
Yeah, as you mentioned, like the child is already okay with the health, like the child doesn't have any sickness in the body.
Yeah.
So you really doesn't need, if you think like, of course, if the child has any sickness and if the doctor advised some medication or something, like kind of like you can specify as like the child was under medication for something, you can, because of course as adults we don't know like what was the problem with the child in the home at home. So that we can get to know and we can help the child more in the classroom too.
Good, thank you.
Okay, so these are some of the standards and expectations we are expecting from you people. Like, of course, we post absence through Toddle, and we will be available on the phone numbers you have given for us in case of emergency. If the child falls sick or if the child have some sort of thing to be addressed to the parents. Please make sure that you send the water bottles, indoor shoes, and all this, of course. So you can look into this, Miss.
Yeah,
Like,
I know
of
all
course,
this. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If the child would like to celebrate the birthdays, you can send some healthy snacks and all that. Of course, you already know that the kids are not allowed to bring any sort of toys to school, so that it is not a disturbance for others. And even you can label the things of the kids.
Yeah. That's
And
all
so,
clear.
of course, here, like healthy eating policy and fruit snack, because as you are already aware of all these things, just once again, it's my responsibility to say convey this to you. So please, so please encourage your kids to have healthy food in the home, and even please make sure that you send a healthy snack with your child when they come back to school. And here, the lunchtime for PYP fours will start
Yes.
from 11:30 onwards. So please make sure that you give really healthy breakfast. The proportion or the quantity of their breakfast, please make sure the breakfast is served a little more in the quantity, and please make sure that the quantity that you give for the child, even for the break, so please make sure it's a little more, because as you can see, the time is 30 minutes difference compared to PYP3. So please make sure that. And if your child have any problem with the food, or like allergies and all that, please make sure that you specify to us, so that we will be aware, and so that we can help your child when they pick the food over here in the school.
Okay.
And regarding this homework, of course, you will be aware of this already, but still, it's my responsibility to. So let me share this. So this is all again teachers. We as teachers assign some homeworks on odd weeks. So this is the odd week. So we are giving a homework for the kids. So sometimes the homework, like yesterday, we gave a kind of homework. It was a sort of just discussion. So sometimes, mostly the homework that we send on Fridays will be like something like talking with the parents, getting information from the parents. So please make sure that you spend little time with your kids during the weekends. That's the reason we send on Fridays. And we ask the kids to bring it by the next coming week, following week before Friday. So I think you will have enough time. So, like spending your quality time with your kids also will help you to get to know more about your kids, and you can even check where there are like a little low or little up, or where maybe you can see even there is a growth and there is an improvement in their day-to-day activities and behavior and all that. And in case if you feel something need to be addressed to the teacher, even you can look into that, and you can even address to the teacher saying that this is something I have noticed. Is it something like the same that you think even in the classroom, so that we can quickly like check and help the child to overcome it, and make the child to be more confident. um like when I checked with few of the kids, this week we are going to get the homework. The kids were saying that, oh, homework is something kind of boring. We really don't need the homework. So yesterday, when I just gave them, like, can you just check with your parents what are their personal beliefs, and how many beliefs, like whatever the beliefs that your parents come up with, just check yourselves, write down in a piece of paper or draw the beliefs that your parents have, and check yourselves, reflect like how many of you people have the same personal beliefs. Like if your parent have some personal belief, do you follow the same, or do you have the same personal belief, or it's something like that you never follow it, or you never like to follow it, or you want to start following it. So we like it was just only one day, and I can see today like almost all the kids who were in the class, they were all able to do the work. So I was really very happy for that, and I appreciate all the parents spending time with their kids and helping the kids in doing this.
Good.
Okay, going to the use of phones. So we have noticed few of the kids are trying to bring the phones to school. This is actually not advisable, because at this point of time, we cannot say that they can be more responsible. In case if you think that it is something like they need it for sure, and if you want to know, like, did my child reach the school safely because the child came all by himself on the bike and all that, you can just give us an email in hand, so that we will get to know the child is having a mobile with the child is having a phone, and the parent has already given us a very has given us in advance a response saying that the child need this for knowing like the for the parent to get to know like how is the child in the school, did the child reach the school safely or not. So we will be if we receive the email, for sure we'll make sure the child is safe with the mobile. And moreover, once the child is done with the messaging to the parents or talking to the parents, it will be with the teacher, and once it is a home time, we will give it back to the child, because we don't want anything to be lost in the school.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. So if you have any questions, it's all your time. You can have questions.
Okay, thank you. Actually, no questions. I had prepared for the homework thing, but I get it now. So
Okay.
that's I just thank you for the time, for your time.
Okay.
It's been pleasant. So and
Okay.
welcome to Elmhult.
Thank you, thank you. You can just check, like you can talk to her, you can talk to him, like saying that, like, what are your personal beliefs, and just help him, like, okay, do you have these personal beliefs? Check, and if, like, for sure, because tomorrow is actually the work that we are going to do related to personal values and all that. So yeah, so
So will he write this down or just have a talk with him?
that's all up to you. Like some of the kids, actually, what I said, like, what do you think you need to do? Some people said that I forget if I talk and come back to the school. Some people said that
Okay.
I can store it in my brain, and some people said I need a kind of something where I can note. So I gave some books for them so that they can write and bring. Some kids have written, and some kids said like, oh, I'm really smart, I can remember most of the things whatever my parents said. And whereas some kids, they didn't get the books back, but they still wrote it on piece of paper and they got it, so that when it was discussion time in the group, they have an idea like what was the discussion with the parents, and what are the personal beliefs of the parents, and what are their personal beliefs, like they checked and they made a connection to all that.
Are they going
So
to do a presentation tomorrow? Was that it? Presentation tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have the talk. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you have any more questions, Miss?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So I'm good. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being so patient, and thank you for waiting.
It's okay. I'll get back to you if we have any more questions.
Okay, sure.
We email,
Anytime.
of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Hey.
Bye.